think the
Hey,
ads are over now, DJC. I was just thinking there that our competition is coming up, so I guess we better come up with some sort of plan here and not look totally half-assed while doing it.
I came up with a plan. What you're going to do is you're going to message our good buddy Trell. So hop on to IRC on the server, irc.quakenet.org. Come into the channel, #VanillaTV. And what you're going to want to do is message Trell with your predictions for this map. You want to predict who the top scorer, and I mean that points, not frags, the top point getter on both teams. You can guess both. The first person... Well, hold on, I'm saying this poorly. You guess who gets the top points and how many points they get for both
Excluding
teams.
the medics.
Excluding the medics, yes. And we're going to take one person who gets it closest for BFF, and one person who gets it closest for TLR, and one of you will win a Dota 2 key, and one of you will win a Natural Selection 2 key. I feel like that's the easiest way for me to do it. That doesn't require me to expend more brain power after all of my brain power was sapped because I watched 20 minutes of Turbine where 5 caps went off.
Yeah, so who do they have to message there?
Trell. Trell.
Okay, and you need to go to our IRC channel to do that. You can't do that from the Twitch chat, so you can go to webchat.quakenet.org if you don't have an IRC client and join through there, I think. But either way, you need to message Trell, and shout out to Skeege for donating the copy of Natural Selection 2.
And shout out to Trell for donating the Dota 2 key. To actually differentiate between the two, what we will do is the team who wins, if you get the correct prediction on their top point getter, you get Natural Selection 2, and if you happen to guess correctly the top point getter for the losing team, you will get the Dota 2 key. Because one of you will be a fantastic winner with Natural Selection 2, a fantastic FPS, get some aliens, some commanders, some weird... I don't even know what the hell goes on in that game. Admirable is going to be mentoring me in it. And if you lose, you get Dota 2, the game that everyone already had.
I'll throw in something else into the bargain there. The person who wins at Natural Selection 2, I will guarantee that I will play at least one pub game with you. I'll command you to victory.
Is
We'll
that really a prize, Admirable? I've heard some stories. I've heard some stories about how you call when you're the commander in game.
Yeah, that's only in TF2 I make bad calls. In NS2 I'm flawless, man, flawless.
Just alerting Zebbosai that he is good to go, and they can ready whenever they want. I'm just going to assume they are already readied out of spite towards the TLR plate on Turbine. We are here on Gullywash. This is a map that BFF have struggled with at times. At other times they look completely dominant, but it's kind of a round on, round off thing. They never really found a consistent, coherent style of play for it. In the past 2 days, I've seen them run aggressive left, aggressive right, aggressive under, double drop down plays, passive right, passive left, just everything you can imagine. I saw you guys toying with them a little bit with some heavy sniper play, and really, it just kind of threw them off. They didn't come up with any one thing they could do on every middle just to have an idea of where to be, how to do things, where to go.
Well, you know, I think the big component of the BFF middle is kaidus. He loves to just roll out fast because he is the fastest demo man in Prem, and get straight over, fire some stickneys onto the big door, but it just seemed like no one else was really taking advantage of that. He was doing a little bit of spam and then just letting teams heal up, or letting us heal up in practice anyway. But we are going live here for the second map of the ETF2L Season 13 powered by TT Esports Trade. It was a Week 7 fixture between BFF and the Last Resort here on VanillaTV with Admirable, DJC and Skyride. What's happening on middle, DJC?
Kaidus annihilated one scout, as he often does. 3 very early stickers on him, but here comes the Soldier Bomb out of TLR. Zebbosai was in very early and went down there, and there is point control for TLR. Cyber with a nice double kill, and the Flood just coming on to the BFF squad here. Kaidus trapped in the drop down, Mirelin getting pistoled and rocketed away. Someone hit an air shot according to the STV chat, but I missed it because I was so flabbergasted and confused, and everyone was in a different spot, and I had no idea what was going on. Admirable, help me!
Wow, I wish I could tell you. All I saw was kaidus being a middle really quickly, as I had mentioned, but I didn't really see what happened after that, as I just started flying around with my camera. Whee! But
I love doing that, to be honest.
means that they're going to be playing an NG and a heavy and a sniper here on last BFF in full turtle mode. They are bricking it, DJC. Where is that sentry position? I'm trying to find it.
It's on the right side of spawn behind the wall. Kaidus is also holding underneath. They have the heavy on the top left. Going full turtle here. The Uber comes out. They shoot at the heavy first, then rotate over to the sentry gun. It's going to go down. Kaidus with the underneath hold. We're going to pick on a donut, but everyone is converging on him. But here comes the drop on the point from Cookye. Double kill under droso and Mirelin. Kaidus stayed alive. Or not Mirelin. He didn't kill his own medic, people. Sometimes I'm bad at casting. Okay? Cookye did not murder his own medic in cold blood. He killed someone on the enemy team. Right now, TLR are holding choke. They will come out of this with a 25% Uber advantage, but it'll be interesting to see if BFF try and push out to take this second point. It looks like they're just content with holding. They bring up bybben on engineer now, and donut onto the spy, as always, moving into last right now. He's on the top left area, pops up behind the heavy as he is going to decloak and spawn and sit there. This is where patience is a virtue. He's going to run up behind the heavy, gets him down. Oh, God, this game is awful! What? Oh my god, that was the sickest face stab right there. And even though they were at an Uber disadvantage, they are now a medic disadvantage without a medic on the field. The sentry of Zebbosai doing huge work to juggle back that Uber soldier. Traxantic is on life support right now. That sentry has been instrumental so far in this defense, but they've committed a scout to the point. It's droso. He gets finished off by Kaidus. He was just waiting there with those stickies, and wow. TLR have not managed to capitalise and create a capture from this crazy situation, DJC. That's grim. 100 people just saw that happen and said, alright, I'm not playing TF2 ever again if that kind of shit can happen in this. And despite that, BFF hold it. I didn't even see how. I was still flabbergasted over the face stab in the first place. They lost a heavy medic and still defended the point. I'm so confused. 50% Uber advantage to BFF. They're holding middle right now. They're going to have control. They're going to try and push it in here with their advantage still. TLR do have one scout weak. I don't think BFF are aware that there's a bit of a hole on the flank right now. And I think TLR are holding a little too far forward right now, but no, they wisely back it up, holding on the front door.
TGC, think face stabs are going to be something we're going to see more often now that Stabby Sabby gave away the secrets of the face stab on the Fully Charged podcast. Actually, Mirelin gets forced off here with a fairly obvious position from Traxantic, I think that was. No one checked above as they walked through the choke. That's a little sloppy. And there's a back cap on. It's two scouts. They thought it was one, but it's actually two. They're trying to stack the point. TLR can't get anyone on there to block in time. Cyber is in, and whoa! Evilmoon gets the saws, it gets the Uber off, and now they might just clean up the combo as well. Mirelin eats the first rocket and is just thrown into an easy spot for Cyber to finish off. He's weak though, he's 80 HP. And there is a soldier dangerously position here. Darn can't get the angle onto Evilmoon.
Good Zebbosai on spy right now. Creep it up on the medic. He's going to have to uncloak behind the tanker, but he's already out of range of the medic. Zebbosai trying to get his own face stab action going on here. Needs a distraction right now because TLR are pushing him through the choke. Kaidus' death might not be a distraction. Oh, blue! He gets the medic. Evilmoon is down. Zebbosai takes the drop down. Is going to just get away scot-free here, but he eats the rocket. Scott spots him. Soldier as well. Cyber gets the kill. Zebbosai does die valiantly, though, taking down Evilmoon. No spawns will come here for BFF, so it's 3 versus 5. Heals are up for BFF right now, though, so they might be able to hold this off very easily. It just depends on how much aggression comes in. Darn is up top of his scout buddy. Here comes Heiss's sticky spam. Gets a few around the medic. Mirelin just kind of standing there and taking them. Here comes the bomb as well. The soldier, Darn hits a nice splash wall shot to knock him back down. And BFF have held this, and they now have huge Uber advantage and need to start pushing off of it.
They've lost Kaidus, so he's going to spawn in 5 seconds. They're going to be without Demoman if they want to push on the button here, and if they just wait, then they're allowing Evilmoon to get back in that Uber game. In terms of TLR's health, I see Traxantic is really low right now, but he is getting focused up with those heals now. Kaidus is in the game. He's got that med pack now. He's going to get the buff, and they're going to start to push, but TLR are in a good position to buy the vital seconds they need.
Take a look at Donut's hiding spot on middle, the mic spot, one of 17 mic spots that exist in this game. He's holding the strafe key so that it doesn't fall off the top here. I hope Skyride has caught it on camera. It's a very good position, but no, he fell! Oh, it's ruined! All of that talking up, I was expecting Donut to go for some huge back cap or medic force, but no, he fell.
Stage fright. He must have been expecting the push, and you would have expected BFF to push, especially with their playstyle. I'm not entirely sure why they opted to hold. They still did have Uber advantage even when they waited for Kaidus, but they just decided to defend. I wonder is this they're just mad and they're going to grind out a really slow defensive win against TLR, giving them a taste of their own medicine, DGC. I'm not entirely sure.
Looks like BFF do want to get aggressive here. There are a lot of players in the flank. Soldier peeks out, shoots 2 rockets, make it 3, but didn't do much damage. I think TLR could push over this. They do have better heals right now. They've gotten more damage out there. Just not moving quickly enough to take advantage. Advantage of the advantage that they have advantaged themselves. Sorry guys, my brain kind of shut down after the face stab. I'll get it back. Don't worry.
There aren't really that many good synonyms for advantage, you know, DJC. I can't blame you, to be honest there. I'm going to have to break out Thesaurus after this one, or maybe use that strange Google device and get some better ones. We need to work on this, man. Work on our wordplay. But TLR are just happy to sit in middle here and wait for BFF to do something. They're using that double soldier spam that I've noticed they do quite often in our PCWs. Well, my team tells me they do. I just die to the rockets, DJC, but they love to play with 2 soldiers. Precise
trying to help us out here, adding a bit to our vocabulary. Thankfully, nobody on the stream chat can see this, but it's clear that BFF are not happy with the way TLR are playing this. Soldier does come in, gets the force off. Traxantic will die, but TLR will be able to back this out very easily. We'll be able to repush. Cyber trying to hide. The force is going to come. Nice direct rocket by Zebbosai, and he will die for his sins of trying to make this game exciting. Mirelin is kind of caught out on the point here, but that soldier gets denied very easily as well. Kaidus has free reign over this. He's inside lobby, just throwing stickies where he wants, but Heist is coming in to contest him. Heist now has to back out through big door, but TLR are pushing in. They're in the enemy lobby. Not what you want to have happen on an aggressive push, but Kaidus will die, and Mirelin is trying to show off that amazing Latvian dodge. Only will get him so far just while his pistol comes out, takes down 2, Mirelin, Cookie dead. There is Zebbosai coming out the front door right now. Will he get damage onto Evilmoon? But no, he cannot. There are too many players. Scout is rushing him as well. Zebbosai, it's 2 nice rockets. Can he finish him off? He does indeed. Donut is dead. But it's 3 versus 4 right now. TLR have the huge Uber advantage. We're going to have to see if once again BFF can turtle their way back to a recap.
TLR are actually doing a great job here, man. For all the stick we're giving them and they're taking it from BFF, every time there's a push going on, they do a great job of isolating Kaidus and picking him off. Kaidus is always getting separated from his combo, and he seems to be like a real focus. Like TLR's decision to go lobby there was great because it just separated Mirelin from Kaidus, and it was easy to kill off the 2 groups separately. And a big bomb in from Cyber gets totally decimated by that Heavy's minigun, and basically TLR are forced to go back, but they have a scout coming in from the water side, getting some time on there, and he manages to escape as well. Droso playing this one wild, and the man advantage. Only Mirelin and Cookye remain. TLR with a masterclass here. And now to roll through from 3 on to last with some super turtle play. Big plays from Traxantic there to get that Uber force off in the first place, but BFF just didn't seem composed after they got their Uber forced off. I think they're just getting really frustrated here, DJC.
Let's see what BFF can do on this middle if they can recover. Let's take a look at what Kaidus is doing. He's going through the choke incredibly fast. Gets a first sticky on the scout, holding the combo out on the gigantic choke that is there. Just delays him so long. The bomb comes from Zebbosai. Look at every bit of action happening in this choke point, and it's gone the way of TLR despite Kaidus' huge damage. Once again, he's doing so much, but it's not being followed up on. Here comes the counter aggression. The scouts and soldiers flooding in. It's Mirelin and Kaidus alone. There's going to be some aggression onto them in yard. Aggression. My brain, come back. Repair yourself already. There are other words in the language that I am speaking, which is English. Looks like Kaidus is going to rotate up to the attic, and go ahead, Admirable.
It's such a weird middle there. Like they're trying to crack a nut with a sledgehammer or something. Kaidus has already done initial damage, and they're committing 2 soldiers into a place where they can't be saved. If the soldiers don't get the frags or get the damage, they're just dead there. Like they can just play position, play on the point, and force TLR to try and contest the middle like from the low ground, but they're just giving them free frags, and we're sort of getting a little stretched out here as I ramble on, but it is 3 on 3 now. Both medics have remained alive, but the respawns will be there slightly quicker for BFF as we're playing on their second point. Here comes Kaidus now, and Evilmoon in well positioned to escape, but really BFF are just not living up to their status as the second best team in Europe at the minute, DJC.
Yeah, they're playing much below what they should be. Cookye and Kaidus are doing their job, and bybben is contributing as well, but the soldiers just seem to be dying a little too early. Dying in bad places, but they are going to try and take this mid right now. They are behind on Uber, but not by a whole lot, and the cap time alone should give them time. Indeed it will. The Uber comes out from Evilmoon. A few players get launched below here. The Uber not up yet. Oh, Mirelin goes down at 99% to Cyber's shotgun. Kaidus and Darn die as well to the stickies of Heist. And despite the fact that they wasted so much time of TLR there, despite the fact that they had good positioning at the start, they backed themselves up into a very odd choke point, and they have white for it. TLR do lose their medic, but the capper's already going by Donut, and that will make it 2-0. Even gives out a little bit of a taunt there. If BFF saw that, they will no doubt be riled up a little bit angry here as we go into the third round.
This could be the floodgates opening, DJC. This could just be BFF falling apart here to a solid performance from TLR so far. I love that they pushed on the button there. I keep saying it that Evilmoon built better than anyone else, and he did catch him in with 1% to go. Heist playing quite defensive from his own choke here. Kaidus just opting to play on the floor this time. They're changing it up, trying to make something happen. Zebbosai bombs in for Heist, but gets destroyed by Donut, who's doing a great job as bodyguard there for Heist. Now Mirelin tries to go up the right side, but he's getting flanked. Mirelin's gone down, and Evilmoon is still alive. BFF are crumbling here. They've got 2 players up, 3 players up. Scout and Demo. Cookye runs in, totally out of sync with the rest of his team, gets focused down. Now Kaidus is stranded below. He's going to get cleaned up by Droso, and bybben is just like, what just happened there, man? He's got 1 frag onto Droso, but he's getting cleaned up by Heist. BFF, what are you doing? Get your heads in the game!
Let's do a bit of a thought experiment, Admirable, alright? Let's pretend that we're BFF. Let's pretend that we specifically represent the 4 players, Kaidus, Mirelin, Cookye, and bybben. What the hell are we supposed to do on middles when both of our soldiers die 2 seconds in? The Uber's going to come out from TLR. We'll finish my thought experiment later. Everyone's going to jump in, get their little tap of the Uber. Mirelin will die. The Scout is onto the medic here. Cookye will take down Heist. In fact, switching his focus to the last second. Soldier is in as well. bybben coming in to clean up, and Zebbosai is dead. They have now given up 5, make it 6 players to do what? The Uber had already been forced. There was nothing they needed to do. And Darn is alive, doesn't realize the Scout shot him 5 times before Darn reacted. I know that BFF have already clinched the 2nd seed in the playoffs. Do they just not care right now? I don't understand this, even if they don't care, because this just makes them look bad.
Well, at least this is going to settle a little discussion we were having for Crackland earlier. We were wondering how we were going to settle the map choices for the playoffs if TLR finished joint 4th or 3rd, but it doesn't look like it's going to be that way with this current scoreline. And Kaidus opting to play from his standard high position there, spamming it on to the big door. But already, he's been picked off by Heist. He was just standing there all alone. No one was helping him out, and he's got focused down by Heist. Nice play from TLR, just dodging the damage of Kaidus there, even though they did roll out from the big door. Evilmoon managing to stay alive, and Mirelin just... Oh, wow, Merlin's on the way, actually. I thought he was about to die there. Where is he? He's in his own lobby. This is good for BFF DJC, but just slightly better than the previous rounds. Not really a whole lot better.
Mirelin managed to survive to Drosophile on 2 health on last, so they will have their Uber, and they're trying to move out the front door. They don't want to give it up this badly. They kind of realize right now that they're getting bent over a barrel, and it does not look pretty for them. Kaidus is moving in through the big door right now. The flank getting good spam onto the combo here, forcing Heist all the way out pretty much. Evilmoon is on full health though, and they haven't really gained much ground out of this because they have no high ground advantage. BFF just holding in the valley, and TLR really need to get aggressive on this. They could exploit so much of BFF's positioning here, but instead they will just back it up and hold the yard. Seems like a very defensive play, but it might just be part of the plan because this is the hardest part of Gullywash to push through in pretty much every scenario, especially when it's Uber versus Uber, so BFF might see a little more frustration come through here.
Yeah, Red Chalk's actually calling me out on Steam here, saying, give TLR some credit, bro, instead of shit-talking BFF. And there's a big bomb in from Zebbosai to force off the Uber from TLR, who are playing out of their skins at the minute. In control of this game with a 3-0 victory. The counter Uber comes in, and Heist is poorly positioned. Evilmoon's gone down as well to the stickies of Kaidus. So I'm not sure if that went entirely as they had expected. BFF maybe getting a little bit of momentum here, DJC, as Red Chalk tells me to stop shit-talking them.
Yeah, well, the problem with what Rechug is saying is that BFF really just looked like a joke of a team for 3 rounds, and as good as TLR may have been playing, BFF just made so many self-inflicted mistakes that you really couldn't say it was TLR's play that did that. But they are going to rush in here. Our BFF take down Donut off of the initial push. They're getting good focus on the demo man, but that heavy is still alive. Drosophile is very weak. Cookye flanking from the water will get onto the cap point and take it after taking the heavy down. So that will be the first round on the board for BFF, and they looked on fire that round. They looked like they had some passion inside of them. We are down to 14.5 minutes left in the game, so there is plenty of time for them to make up this 2-round disadvantage.
Red Shock the troll comes back after that fail and says TLR associate BFF are insane. Kaidus playing from the floor right now. He's spamming stickies up onto Heist. He's playing on choke, and he's just managing to stay alive long enough on the middle that his team can actually get some heals and make something happen. There's a little battle going on here between Heist and Zebbosai, bombed in for the medic, but the rest of his team weren't really taking advantage of that, and now the man advantage is slowly slipping away. They're going to have to back out here onto the big door, but Mirrelin's opted to step right instead of getting out. He does manage to make it out, but could have been separated by a bombing soldier there. And look at this aggressive play from Heist. He's already on their balcony trying to cut them off as they come out of big door. TLR just going for it here. I hope they don't get a little overconfident, maybe overcommit, but it is going to be Uber versus Uber here, DJC.
Kaidus is getting very good spam on the choke right now. Actually should force Evilmoon's hand, but he gets dropped. Evilmoon was on 13 HP. Nice hold there, gets to the health back. Mirelin on 8 actually drops the Uber to the scout flank. Both medics trying to milk it very dangerously there, and unfortunately Mirelin held it a little bit too long. Maybe he should not have. In fact, he really should not have let Kaidus die in the first place. But right now TLR have flooded onto the point. Both scouts are here for BFF. Cookye will go down, taking the demo with him. But bybben is kind of caught in no man's land. Actually, we'll just contest the point. The bat comes out from Donut and will slay the good Sir bybben with his mighty aluminum sword.
Yeah, interesting insight here from Epsilon's Nox as well. He says, oh my god, WTF is that game Cookye and bybben raped by Droso and Donut, including the spelling mistakes there. Cookye and bybben, is that some slight at Cookye? I don't know, but yeah, he thinks it's the scouts of TLR who are carrying the can here, and I guess it could be that way, but like you say, DTC, if they're always 2 soldiers down, it's going to be tough for them, and TLR are holding on to the CP4 here as BFF try and push out. But again, it's TLR who seem to be getting the better of it. Uber gets forced off eventually here though. Mirelin's still on 70%. And TLR actually recognise that there are a few players down. They're going to back off. But now the man advantage is in their favour. Although they only have 3 players here on the CP4. BFF have decided to go back DJC. I'm just talking shit here.
Well, on the plus side, BFF haven't lost a second soldier yet. Zebbosai did die there. They didn't decide to needlessly throw Darn out too, but the Uber is going to start moving, so maybe Darn's just going to jump into a sticky trap. He'll actually greet up with a scout in the stairwell and take him down. Kaidus and Darn are grouped up on the lower, but they're still just taking so much time. They know the front door isn't safe, but it's just 10 seconds have ticked away. TLR have already backed out. Kaidus is above right now. Very good positioning for a demo to be in, but he just gives it up. Not the best place to hold from, but it does deny TLR a lot of space if he holds above that choke. TLR have their Uber up now, but they're not going to be able to contest, so they're just going to wait and see if BFF will make a mistake. And to be honest, BFF have been doing that more often than not tonight.
Well, Darn gets launched in by the stickies there, as he was invulnerable from the Uber charge. Got launched skyward, but managed to make it back onto choke to meet up with his medic. And now, oh wow, Kaidus somehow survives there, even though Cyber was right behind him with the shotgun out. And BFF look like they've managed to eke out a little bit of an advantage here. They've got a man advantage. There is play going on under middle here, as Zebo is in the drop down, but the rest of his team are just sitting back as Heist keeps them locked out with stickies. And Minimus, I think it is Minimus from Correct Clan, is messaging me saying that it's Heist. He's the carry bag. He is too strong.
It's kind of clear that a lot of people on TLR are playing well, and a few people on BFF aren't. So I think you could pretty much give the carry thing to the title of the carry to anyone on TLR right now, and pretty much nobody on BFF. I did notice just there, Zebbosai got in on a clean flank, didn't actually do anything with it because he shot a rocket and gave his position away. But look at the weird positioning we have here on the CP2 fight. TLR on the low ground in the enemy base. They're going to pop their Uber Mirelin with a nice milk, but the pack has been started. A nice air shot by Darn, a rare sight for the aged veteran Finn these days, and here goes the back cap as the counter from BFF. They will annihilate Donut and Josephine as they come back to stop it. Mirelin will die, but Traxantic and Evilmoon just have nowhere to go, so they will get taken down as well. Cap is going to go on second here for BFF. I'm trying to find Zebbosai right now because I have a feeling, a little bit of a hunch, and indeed I'm correct. He's moving through the water, the riverside area right now. He's waiting to see if anyone peeks around this corner. He has to be very patient though. If he gives himself away, he's actually going to jump in right as the heavy goes away, but he gets juggled into the sky. The hit scan weaponry just keeping him afloat for a very long time there and destroys him. Zebbosai might come back up Spy, might come back up Sniper, might come back up even on Engineer. I've seen him play Engineer on this map, pushing last.
might not be feeling so confident by that with the 2-round deficit and 10 minutes left on the clock, but TLR are trying to commit out here as I scan desperately for any backcapping BFF players, but it looks like they're all playing
Did we not
defensively
notice the
there.
crit streak for Mirelin? I feel like we didn't.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, DJC. I swear I'd spotted it.
Yes, I believe you, full 100%, James. But here goes Kaidus. They're going to come in through the top right here. The crit stickies are shooting. 3 of them down, make it 4, and nothing has happened at all besides an Uber Force. Very nice pop by Evilmoon, kept everyone at high HP. Mirelin will get out, so this is going to be the classic crits in, don't die, and maintain crits advantage scenario. But it's a question of if it will cost them too badly because TLR already have a presence on the second point. Both soldiers and a scout there. Gotta watch for the back cap attempts right now just in case. But Droso is flailing his mouse around wildly, shooting every corridor, every inch of the point that he possibly could in case a spy or a scout had made it in. Mirelin now sitting on 85% crit screen. They're holding close at the choke. This soldier is slightly caught out with a back cap.
Cyber jumped
comes
in
and
from
Cyber
the drop
gets the
down.
medic as well. Wow.
Cyber came in, drop down as everyone was looking choked. No one had eyes on drop down. Cyber just straight onto that nipple of the point and raining down rockets. That was just well executed from TLR there, and sloppy from BFF not to be checking that drop down spot, man.
Cookye is actually hiding in forward respawn as sniper, but will get taken down by the soldier. Cyber jumping in. Problem with what BFF did on that middle is they knew they had crits, they knew they had to play forward, but it's not going to matter because the Ubers are going to come in on last year. Mirelin eats the first rocket. Why are you focusing the medic? He has 8% Uber. They will get him down, but nobody else has taken any damage so far, but they're all clustering so hard it will not matter. The spam is hitting everyone at once. Bit of a reinforcement is coming out here. Is there a full soldier coming out on the right? But it's not going to matter because everyone else is dead. 5 down, make it 6 with Darn's death, and that will make it 4-1 in favor of TLR, and BFF looking very out of sorts, just kind of awful here today, Admirable.
Yeah, double pyro there at the end. That is legal in Europe, but didn't seem to work too well for them. Kaidus is going to roll out to the lower side again. I think he's going to be playing from the floor here, spamming stickies up onto Heist. His first one hits, but how will the rest of his team react to this? Both scouts are playing defensively on their demo man. Heist is just sticking himself in on choke here. He's not putting himself at any sort of risk, and the sniper Cookye comes into play.
Cookye had a body shot on a Droso at the start of that, hits a nice headshot onto the rocket jumping soldier in Traxantic, and I guess they figured out what to do on middle. If we're losing everyone, just hope that our carry can just shoot everyone in the head.
Oh,
hiding when the rocket's caught! Mirelin is so deep right now, Donut will go down. Cap will go on middle, and they have full control of the second point right now. No Uber is up for either side. His is kind of cut out, especially with Zebbosai pushing in behind them. Zebbosai with a nice rocket. 2 rockets on Heist will take him down. That is a very huge pick pushing into last year, especially because the spawns are in favor of BFF. Heist will be down for 8 seconds. Uber is going to come in through the top right, the shutter door. Kaidus gets caught on the wall. They have to multi several times, and this is quickly, very, very quickly going bad for BFF once again. There's even a soldier aggressive on the demo and medic here. He bombs in on the other side. There's a scout in on last, but bybben will not survive. A scout will go down as Darn walks in through the top left. And there's so much action, but none of it's really going to change the lay of this fight. Ubers were both exchanged. Cookye is still on sniper. Going to try and peek through Riverside right now. Wants to get a pick here. And James, you know what? You haven't talked in like 5 minutes. You go for it.
Cookie's got a shot. Oh, but I think they remembered there's a sniper on the field, so that's a nice positioning from Evilmoon there, just behind both the pillars, and that's a tough one to get as I just totally mess up my field of view there. Spectating a zoomed in sniper, but now I'm back to normality, and there's a spy in play. It's none other than Zebbosai. He's in the sneaky spot. He's thinking of going for the point, but you see Sticky's there. He decides to come up the stairs. He's in position. The Ubers have been popped off though. It's going to be hard to backstab someone who's Uber charged. He's looking at a soldier now. He's trying to chase a frag down here. He gets him. Oh wow, that was just horrendous passage of spy play there from Zebbosai, and Mirelin is the only one who remains alive. He's gone down. That will be a white defense from TLR, only losing their demo man Heist there. Big plays from Zebo.
I feel like this is a TF2 match orchestrated by Ricky Gervais, just trying to make the most awkward, uncomfortable things happen over the duration of an hour.
Shit Wizard asked, is there a seagull in GJC's room? In reference to your high-pitched laugh there, GJC. Good bird call, but it looks like BFF are going to try and hold on a little bit from the lower side. Darn has raged or timed out, just standing still there and getting finished off by the scattergun of Donut. Shit Wizard follows up with a love, DJC. An ASCII heart to you there, DJC, but this is just a little heartbreaking for BFF right now. Mirelin with 20%, Evilmoon with that full charge.
Alert. The control point is being
I have no idea what's going on anymore. This game is so confusing on so many levels. Mirelin down to 19 health already at the start of this push. Heights will clean him up. They already have a soldier on point. Kid is trying to sticky him off. The scout is there as well, dancing around above. Zebbosai will get the kill finally on Cyber, but Traxantic has good position. But here comes bybben spawn out onto the soldier. Two scouts dancing around Traxantic's head. He pulls out the shotgun. Will take one down. Zebbosai will clean him up. But look at the scout flank here out of Donut. Will take down Zebbosai, and the medic walks onto the point. And TLR will cap a 5th round. And we are now 1 round away from TLR winning a map here with only about 4 minutes to go. Plenty of time for them to win and pretty much no time whatsoever for BFF to even it out. Darn is actually going to go sniper to middle, the classic 2008 Dignitas play. In fact, we see a crit screen rollout out of Mirelin.
Oh, they're getting desperate, DJC, aren't they? And again, a defensive middle from TLR, picking off those aggressive players. Cookye the first to die. And Darn's sitting there trying to hit something. Mirelin's gone down already. He just gone past the threshold of that big door and wasn't able to escape. And Darn totally ineffective as sniper, and that is another wipe.
Darn stood still and just scoped in and didn't move and just shot in a straight line in front of him. So, well,
oh, I wasn't actually watching his POV. He didn't try and hit anything. He's just throwing the round.
He was aiming at people, but he stood perfectly still and just looked forward.
Okay.
And, well, Darn is actually going to come up spy now. I don't know if BFF are having a laugh of it now or if they're frustrated, but I want to put my eyes on the Darn spy cam. I don't think I've ever seen this in my life. In fact, Kate is now on medic with the Kritzkrieg up, and they have a demo man named Zebbosai right now, so they've switched everything up, and it's going so much better for them! What the hell? Zebbosai with a double kill, make it triple as Cyber dies as well. There's just one scout in lower lobby. The class switch has made magic happen. Look out for this strategy in the playoffs on Gullywash Admirable. Here comes Zebbosai with the pipes. He's missing them all. He whiffed on every single pipe, but bybben will clean up Donut. And they will start the cap with Kaidus having 65% Uber. Make it 70. I think he's actually running Kritzkrieg. I need to check to confirm. He is on Kritzkrieg 80%. We're going to have to see Zebbosai go huge here. The Swedish superstar was the demo man for Team Sweden, but as their Kritzkrieg is coming up, Darn is in on middle, just giving scouting information, but he's been spotted because he's disguised as enemy power. The Kritz is going to go! Cyber will eat the second sticky and go down, but Mirelin is dead. I was going to say Mirelin is dead, so there's no crit left, but he's not medicing anymore. And Evilmoon will die to Cookye with the sick original rocket spam here. Darn is trying to go in for the face stab on the scout, does not even get a swipe off as he dies, but it doesn't matter. Donut is the only one alive. Let's see if he can 1v4 here. He does a ton of damage to Zebbosai, and Cookye's shotgun is out. Cannot save his demo man friend. Cookye actually going for the medic. It's a nice rocket onto him, and the cap will go. bybben the only one not having fun here as he's playing his main class.
Yeah, 5-1 is the scoreline in favour of the last resort. 1 minute 30 on the clock means it's all but impossible for BFF to get any points out of this game. And I'd like to imagine this is all in good humour, but it's got to be frustrating for BFF to end up in this situation. Obviously, the game doesn't affect their positioning at all, but definitely gives the last resort some momentum as they move into the playoffs. And right now, BFF trading spam with TLR on that big door side as the clock ticks down past 1 minute here. And DJC, what's your take on it? Is it all just a bit of fun, or are BFF really mad?
That I will watch Kaidus' stream after and find out. We see Donut get the backstab onto Kaidus there. Evilmoon has his Uber up. And honestly, if you're TLR in this position, how can you take this game seriously at this point? They still are, though. It's a testament to how professional they are, how well they're playing, that they can just, in spite of the fact that they're up against the Darn Perma-Spy and the Kaidus off-class and Mirelin on Engineer, and the weird double back cap with a spy who's sitting still in the corner just shooting his revolver. TLR still have their head in the game, and I've hiccuped again, and it hurt. Darn just rage quits, doesn't say a word. I'm gonna guess that BFF are mad. M-A-D, Admirable.
Coachy messaged me, he says he doesn't want to be in BFF's mumble, Zebo and Darn bitching, so maybe there is some sort of fallout from this game. But 4 seconds, 3 seconds, we're going to have a winner here as GGs are called. That's a 5-1 victory for the last resort against BFF. Not really what I expected coming into this game, DGC. I thought it was going to be a straight up 2-map victory for BFF, but the last resort really proving that they are contenders this season, and this is going to be one of the best playoffs ever, at least up until somebody has to lose to Epsilon in the grand finals, DJC.
Yeah, and for my man of the match, I'm going to go with Donut. He had a cool 81 points, almost casually strolled to 100 there. Played a very good game, had some nice moments on Scout, even got that sick backstab on a kaidus at the end on Spy. So BFF have clinched second place, TLR have clinched third. Who was your man of the match, Jimmy?
I'm gonna give it to Heis, the TLR demo man, because he berated me previously whenever I said Evilmoon was the glue that holds the team together. He says Evilmoon's an idiot, and he tells him everything that he needs to do. And I think Heis really is the mastermind behind this, and he really held his own against kaidus there, especially on middles, which were pretty strong all around for TLR, I have to say. BFF just collapsing a little bit, but that's what I'm gonna say, DJC. And maybe I'll just do a little bit of promotion before we finish things off. You should check out ETF2L.org. Head over there. That is the competition these teams are playing, and you can see the tables, the forum, and all that jazz. TeamFortress.tv is a great stream aggregation site. They have a lot of content of their own as well, articles and stuff from people like DJC. Am I right? Especially with ESEA LAN coming up soon. Also check out VanillaTF2.org. Check out our IRC channel, #VanillaTV on irc.quicknet.org. Our Facebook page, facebook.com/VanillaTV.org. On Twitter, we're at VanillaTV. On YouTube.com/VanillaTV.org. You can find all the VODs and even great things like Vanilla TV Insights. Join our Steam community at steamcommunity.com/scripts/VanillaTV. And if you're on our twitch.tv channel, please press the big follow button and show your love for competitive Team Fortress 2.
But we're not done yet, Admirable. We do have two winners to announce of the Dota 2 key and the Natural Selection 2 gift. The top point getters were Cookye with 56 for BFF and Donut with 81. So let's see what our man on the scene, Trell, has to report.
Drumroll, please. DJC, I'll tell you what, man.
That was very bad. Drumroll,
I know.
Sorry.
I know what map I'm picking against BFF if I have to play them in the playoffs. It's Gullywash all the way, man. What a total collapse. They weren't strong in practice, and they just didn't figure out what exactly was going wrong for them in the actual official. And I'm sure Crack Clan and Epsilon are thinking the same thing. Gullywash all the way against BFF.
Well, we do have our winners, so I will cut you off here to announce them because I'd like to get that over with quickly so we can get that all sorted out because it does take some time. The winner of the Natural Selection 2 key is named Tango. He guessed Donut with 64 points. And I guess you contact Admirable to get in touch with Skeege, or just directly contact Skeege. You can sort that out, Admirable. And for the Dota 2, many people guessed Cookye, and 2 people guessed nearly right. Ret Shock said 57, and Matt Dog said 55. Cookye was at 56. I know Ret Shock already has Dota 2. Okay, Trell wants you to contact him, even for the Natural Selection 2 thing. Ret Shock guessed 57, and Matt Dog guessed 55. Ret Shock already has Dota 2, so what the hell do you want to do, Retsk, with your second copy of Dota 2?
He's just greedy, man. I'm not going to make any anti-Semitic comments, but you know where I'm going with this. Leave it alone, Ret Shock. Give it to someone else who deserves it.
Yeah, we will have Matt Dog win the Dota 2, and, sorry, clarification, contact Skeege for your Natural Selection 2. That would be Tango. Get in touch with Skeege, SKEEJ. And Matt Dog, get in touch with Trell for your Dota 2. Ret Shock, figure out what you want to do with your free Dota 2 key, but
well, I guess we'll just wrap it up then, DJC, and say this has been Vanilla TV with Admirable, DJC, and Skyride on the stream doing a great job. This has been ETF2L Season 13 powered by TT Esports, last game of the Premier Division. This has been Week 7 with Turbine and Gullywash finishing one map apiece. A big emphatic win for the last resort there. 5-1 against BFF on Gullywash. This is going to be an interesting playoffs, DJC. Stay tuned for more.